In the political panel to debate all these sorts of issues now, with me in the studio here, Eric Yaverbaum, who is Associate Publisher, Social Media Mag. Good to see you, Eric.
Nice to be here.
And joining us from our Miami bureau, he's always in delightful sunny Miami, Ed Pozzuoli, former advisor to John Huntsman's presidential campaign. Good to see you, Ed.
Good afternoon, Jonathan.
Let me kick it off with you. What did you make of President Obama's speech overall yesterday? Was it as liberal and far-reaching as many on the right are now claiming?
Well, the era of big government is alive and set to grow if President Obama has his way. So the answer is absolutely.
So what in particular stood out to you, Ed, as indicating that he is going to pursue a liberal rather than centrist agenda?
Well, it's as much as what he talked about and some of what he didn't talk about. There was no mention of unemployment. There was no mention of the debt. There was no mention of the obligation that we might have to the younger generation in leaving that debt to them to deal with. There was no mention in downsizing anything. There was a mention of a view that government, this is the government's country, and American people, we just let you live here.
Eric, I did get the sense watching the president yesterday that here was a man who perhaps came into office with a real agenda of what he wanted to do 4 years ago, found the political realities to be somewhat different, but now feels this is my second term, this is my legacy, I'm going to push what I believe in.
The political realities were probably sobering, ran right into a brick wall. Bipartisan. I mean, Washington, D.C. has never been so divided. Right. What President Obama has done very, very well throughout his first 4 years and to get reelected is sort of do an end around the politicians and go directly to the people. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that in the second term. And I think that a lot of the what he spoke about yesterday indicates that he's going to go take his opinion directly to the people, not to the politicians.
Ed, is he right, though, that he has a mandate? He did win a second term.
Well, if Republicans don't get a clear message in response to what the president has laid out as to be an unapologetic, unabashedly liberal agenda for the next 4 years, you know what? He will make it so. And so Republicans now have the responsibility to make sure they respond in a concise, comprehensive manner that is easily understood and clearly makes key distinctions to where the president wants to take the country in a growing government, in an intrusive manner, as opposed to relying on the individuals in this country that ultimately are going to produce the jobs, are going to produce government. And look, there was clear messaging inside that the president was going to put more money toward green energy and put that over jobs, which were not mentioned. And so the idea of the pipeline, Keystone Pipeline, clearly that's not on the president's agenda because that would belie his environmental agenda that he talked about yesterday. And so we're liable to see more Solyndras in our future.